Hey y'all, and welcome back. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Leah and I am the Wild Child Yogi. Today's class is all about recovering after a long night out, whether you're hungover, your feet hurt from dancing, or you're just totally tired from being up way too late. This is going to be a really great way to still get your practice in, but be gentle on your body. So, if you're ready, we're going to start in child's pose. So your shins are down on the mat, your hips are pressing back towards your heels, and your forehead is moving towards the mat. And what I really like about this child's pose is it's such a good way to show how every pose in yoga can be modified. So in this child's pose, your toes can be tucked or the tops of your feet can be on the mat. Your knees can be close together with your chest resting on your thighs, or your knees can be open wide, letting your chest drop down. Your arms can be reaching out in front of you, or they can be back along your sides if that feels better for your shoulders. So wherever you are, try to get as comfortable as you possibly can, and then bring your focus to your breath. And if it's possible, narrow your breath down to your nostrils. So you're breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. And if that is possible, start to think about utilizing all of your lungs to breathe. So breathing into the top of your lungs and feeling your chest rise. And then breathing into the middle of your lungs and feeling your ribs expand and your intercostal muscles, the muscles in between your ribs, stretch. And then breathing into the bottom of your lungs and feeling your diaphragm expand and your belly get a little bit bigger. And then as you exhale, you contract your diaphragm and push all the air out. Breathing out of the middle of your lungs, feel your ribs start to close in. And then exhaling out of the top of your lungs, feel your chest drop low. So once you have that, inhaling into all of your lungs and exhaling all the air out, try to slow that breath down and smooth it out. So it's not choppy and it's not erratic. From here, you're going to inhale, lift your head, lift your chest, shift your pelvis forward and lower all the way down so that you're laying on the mat. Arms can go back along your sides and you can turn your head to one side or the other. Turn your face to the other side. And then while you're here, you're going to bring your arms out, bent to 90 degrees like cactuses. And then whichever way your head is facing, the opposite leg, you're going to bring your knee out to the side. So it is also bent to 90 degrees. And while you're in this pose, you have a twist in your cervical spine. You are stretching your pec muscles with your arms out. And And whichever knee is out to the side, you are opening up that hip and stretching your adductor muscles. So while you're just laying here, you're still doing something good for your body. Bring your feet back to touch, turn your head to the other side, and then whichever way your head is facing, the opposite knee goes out to the side, bent to about 90 degrees. Start to bring your feet back to touch. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders so that you can press your way up into a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. And you can start to do a couple shoulder rolls if that feels good. Bringing your shoulders forward, up and back, and then reversing that. And then just take a couple neck rolls. Either letting your head roll down and side to side, or you roll your head back, whatever feels good. If there's a spot that has a little bit more tension and you'd like to hang out there, find a spot that feels good. Maybe bring your hand to your head to pull down a little bit more. Just rolling out any tension in your neck. And then from here, you're going to bring the soles of your feet to touch. And notice where your feet are. The closer they are to your groin, the more of a stretch you'll feel in your inner thigh. The further away they are, the more of a stretch you'll feel in your outer hips. So find what's comfortable for you. You can stay right here. If it feels good, you can fold forwards. Or if you'd rather, you can just lay on back. Come back to that breathing if you've lost it. That deep, slow, calm nostril breathing. Take a deep breath in. Feel your chest and ribs expand. And let it go nice and slow. If you are folded forward, start to sit up. And if you haven't already, start to make your way back onto your back. The soles of your feet are still touching. If you came prepared for class today and you have a block, a bolster, or even a pillow, and you'd like to put that in between your shoulder blades to give your chest a little bit of a lift and open up and stretch your pec muscles, you can do that. Otherwise, just stretch your arms out to the side. You can remain here for as long as it is comfortable. And once this stretch becomes too much, all you need to do to counteract it is bring your knees to touch. And with your knees touching, you wiggle your feet nice and wide as you would like. And all that does is internally rotate your hips after externally rotating your hips. So wherever you are, feet touching and knees open, or knees touching and feet wide, start to come back with your feet and knees about hips width apart. Wiggle your feet to touch, and you're going to drop your knees to the right. If you'd like a full spinal twist, you can look to the left. Deep breath here. Gently come up to center and then switch. Gently come up to center, squeeze your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side and massage your low back. You can draw little circles with your knees if that feels good. You can rock from front to back if you'd like. Just introducing a little bit of movement to the body. And then eventually you're going to rock your way up to a seated position. And rest your hands on your knees. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Starting from your tailbone, from the very bottom of your spine, start to work your way up one vertebrae at a time. See if it's possible to relax the muscles around your spine, all the way up in between your shoulder blades and at the base of your neck. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go, nice and slow. See if you can find a little extra length while you're in this seated position. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to bring your hands to the mat, cross over your ankles, come onto all fours, tuck your toes, lift your knees, press your hips back into a downward facing dog. And this downward facing dog can look like whatever you want. You can have a slight bend in your knees. You can step your feet nice and wide. You can shift your hips from side to side. It's whatever feels good for you. But while you're here, spread your fingers nice and wide so you have a strong base. Drop your head, let your neck relax. Walk your hands back to your feet about 6 inches. Press your hips back. Feel the stretch in your low back. Walk your hands back another 6 inches. Walk your hands back to your feet, and then as you inhale, slowly roll one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to standing. Let your head come up last. And as you exhale, roll your shoulders down your back. Bring your right hand to your belly and your left hand to your heart. Ground your heels down in this mountain pose. Reach the crown of your head up to the sky. Take a full breath in, let it out slow. Try that a few more times. Inhale. Feel your chest rise. Exhale. Feel your belly fall. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, let your hands drop down to your sides and then bring them to touch. Touch your thumbs to your forehead. Remind yourself to think kind thoughts. Touch your thumbs to your lips to remind yourself to speak kind words. And touch your thumbs to your heart to remind yourself to be kind to yourself. Take an inhale. Find a little bit more length, and then as you exhale, bow your forehead towards your fingertips. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you feel a little bit better, and I hope you enjoy your day. Bye.